Good morning and welcome to our video. My name is Matt Poynton and I'm a projects officer with Union from the TUC. And today I'm joined by colleagues from the TUC and also from the TSSA Union. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing something that I'm very excited about personally, which is signing the TUC's Apprenticeship Charter. Now, we've been involved in numerous signings of these in the past through various public and private sector organisations, but today is a first. And it's a first because the TSSA are actually the first trade union that's going to be signing our charter. And so to talk about the journey that's led to today, I'm going to ask Sarah Mcconnell, who is TSSA's HR manager on, and she's going to talk about what it has that's led them to be here today and why they feel that apprenticeships and signing this charter are important. Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah Mcconnell. I'm the HR manager at TSSA. And TSSA became part of the Trailblazer group that created the trade union official standard that's just recently been launched. And that led us as an employer to recognise the importance of apprenticeships for us and also the value of the TUC Union Learn Charter and putting that into place within our own workforce. Particularly if we as a movement and as an employer are going to create a diverse and fresh talent pool going forward. And we now have our first apprentice, Adana, who we really hope will be the first of many going forward.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for that, Sarah. And yeah, it was great working with you on the Trailblazer group, and that's come to a successful conclusion now, which is fantastic for the movement as a whole. Okay, now I'm going to introduce Manuel Cortez, who is the General Secretary of TSSA.
Hello, good morning. I'm absolutely delighted to be joining the signing of this charter today. I want to start off by thanking the TUC for all the work you do to enable working people to get skills, particularly at a time when Union Learn is under attack from the Tories. We're absolutely delighted that as a union, we now have got a charter in place that we will share with all our apprenticeships coming forward. Clearly, it is great to be here with you. I want to pay my thanks to Sarah for all the hard work she has done in developing the concept of trade union apprenticeships, not just for us, but for the movement as a whole. And of course, we now have an apprentice on board, Adana, who has been fantastic, and she's taken up the challenge that we have. Whoop, there's a phone one there. Taking up the challenge of coming on board to work with our union. And last, but by no means least, I'm also absolutely delighted that we also have here with us one of our GMB representatives, because when it comes to the development of our staff and ensuring that they're equipped with the skills and knowledge that they need to enable them to do their jobs, we work very closely with our recognised trade union, the GMB.
Okay, thanks a lot for that, Manuel. And I suppose it's an ideal place now to introduce who's perhaps the most important person of today. Absolutely. The apprentice herself, Adana Felix. Good morning, Adana. Can you tell us a few words about your apprenticeship, how it's going, and how the trade unions are supporting you?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Adana, I'm an apprentice, and the way that TSSA values me as an apprentice and invests time in me and the commitment has been absolutely brilliant. And seeing TSSA sign this charter really demonstrates that. And I'm just super happy to be here and to be a part of it. And a massive thank you.
Thank you for coming, Adana. Okay, and now, of course, also the most important person in any workplace has to be the trade union rep, or I think you're called a staff rep, aren't you, Amy? And you're GMB, yeah?
Absolutely, yes. So I'm a TSSA employee and GMB staff rep. And thank you for having me here today to speak at the event. I think it's really important that TSSA as an employer sets the standard for how apprentices are treated within their workplaces by signing up to this charter. It demonstrates that apprentices are a highly valued part of our workforce.
Okay, that's brilliant. Thanks a lot. And now, last but by no means least, we have the Deputy General Secretary of the TUC. Have I got that right, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's Paul Novak.
Thanks, Matt, and thanks for the opportunity to say a few words. Listen, I'm going to keep my remarks brief, but just to say we're seeing this charter being signed in the midst of really difficult times for unions and for working people. And I think what we've seen over the last 6 or 7 months is the incredible positive difference that unions make in workplaces up and down the country. That doesn't happen by accident. It happens because of the hard work of our activists and reps, but it also happens because of the hard work and the efforts of union staff and officers as well. And that's why I think this unions embracing apprenticeships is so important. Committing to apprenticeships is so important, because it's important that we invest in the next generation of people working in our organisations as well. Absolutely delighted to see TSSA leading the charge, to see Adana taking up her role in TSSA. I hope that she is the first of many, many apprentices right across our affiliated unions. And as Manuel says, this just demonstrates the value that Union Learn brings to us as organisations. But the work that we're doing, I know, in unions is replicated in employers right across the country. There has never been a more important time for us to have Union Learn and all the work that it does, working with employers, working with unions, working with staff to help people access new skills, new training opportunities. So absolutely delighted to be here today. It would have been nice to have been there in person to sign the charter, but we can do it virtually, I suppose. Thanks a lot, and thanks to everybody that's been involved, including yourself and all of the Union Learn team, Matt.
Oh, thanks a lot, Paul. Well, I suppose there's enough talking for now. Shall we actually get to signing this charter?
Here we go.
So, gentlemen, have you got your charters ready and your pens?
And I've got my pen ready.
Okay, excellent. Right, well, if you would sign the charter, please. Thank you very much.
Delighted to have signed it on behalf of our union.
And Sarah, can you show us the big copy so everybody can see what it is they've signed? There we are.
Great stuff.
Thank you very much. And I think before we go, let's all raise a glass to the continuing future of apprenticeships, not only within TSSA, but across the movement. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.